Hello, today we are going to show you the process of human savagery. The human mind is capable of many great things. In between advancements and technology thirst for knowledge, our minds are almost limitless. However, it has its flaws. With his sleek appearance and sharp mind, this man is thought by many in his community to be a regular bastion of civilization and mental stability. However, he is still human, and humans have limits. How far can a civilized mind be pushed before it reverts back to its savage counterpart? Let's find out. For the sake of convenience, we will be calling the civilized man Winston Churchill. In this scenario, Winston has been placed in the streets of Compton against his will. Being a refined man, he has been conditioned to believe that anyone not a part of the 1% is a savage. As a result, he is hopelessly out of his element and living in constant fear. He is not happy. As Winston is sitting on the street in tears, a local gangster approaches him and demands him all his money. Winston, scared out of his mind, gives him all of his money. The gangster leaves without further incident, leaving Winston without any money to go back home. Humiliated and scared, Winston is stranded in a land unfamiliar to him. He feels his sanity slowly slipping away. All of his civilized morals are beginning to feel more obsolete in a place where civilized morals to him is only going to get him killed. At this point, Winston is confused. However, he does know one thing: he is hungry. As a result of being mugged, he is no longer able to afford quality food. Out of options, he resorts to scavenging at the nearby dumpster. Winston knows he won't be able to find the same quality food he is used to eating back home, but he hopes to find a can of caviar. However, he is unsuccessful and only finds rotten fruits. After eating the rotten fruit, Winston is traumatized. He feels as if something inside him has died. The mask he used to wear of a civilized man is now broken. Night falls, and Winston is looking for a place to sleep. Up until now, he has slept in fancy hotels and warm beds. This makes the transition to cold, hard ground more difficult. However, he has no other options. So, he decides to spend the night in a dark alley where he finds a quadrant on the ground. Following a horrible night's sleep, Winston is even more traumatized than the day before. However, he spots a local payphone. He uses the quarter he found in the alley to call his chauffeur to come pick him up. The chauffeur understands the situation and tells him he will arrive shortly. After an hour of waiting, Winston grows paranoid, thinking the chauffeur has abandoned him. More isolated than ever before, Winston is at the peak of savagery. However, he manages to hold it together just long enough for a local gang member to come beat him up. By the time the chauffeur arrives, Winston has already transitioned into a savage. When he was beat up, he was driven over the edge. The once civilized and stable Winston Churchill was now gone. He proceeded to break down in front of his chauffeur, threatening him and accusing him for being one of them. The chauffeur eventually calmed him down and got him into the car. They headed home. Before long, Winston was able to return to his rich and noble lifestyle. However, he was never the same, as he had learned a very difficult truth: once a savage, always a savage. So ends the tale of Winston Churchill, a man who started out as a civilized man and came out a savage. As you may have noticed, Winston cling to his civilization for a short period of time. This is because the process of human savagery is a gradual one. One does not simply become a savage overnight as Winston did. Winston was weak-minded, this is why his sanity did not last long. While the average human will last much longer than Winston in an unfamiliar and seemingly dangerous environment, the outcome will remain the same, because in regards to human savagery, it can only ever end one way. Thanks for watching.